you waiting, but the food ain't good and fun to cook. So started doubting, but you know it's going in the books. Hey, hey, I know you fucking with the shit. Hey, hey, I know you fucking with the click.
Alright, man. What up, what up, what up? How's it going, guys? Tony Slumz, producer, writer, engineer. And once again, we're here with the homie
Omar. How's it going? How's it going?
And we are episode 117, right?
117, bro. 117.
117 of the IA Music Podcast, man. Before we get started, I just want to say, be safe, man. Be safe out there, man. I really want to say rest in peace to a good friend of mine, Silver Silverio. He was one of my managers when I worked at T-Mobile. He passed recently with his fight against cancer. And RIP to one of my workers from one of my dad's workers, Carlos, also as well. Lost his battle with COVID. So please, man, take it serious, man. This shit's out here is not a joke. Even though it's been made into memes because, you know, the internet's the internet and that's what we do. Also, prayers for Vanessa Guillen out there in Fort Hood, man. Let's find out what really happened. And of course, Black Lives Matter, defund the police, all that other good stuff. At least that's where I stand. And yeah, man. So it's just been wild. But I feel like it just needs to be said, even if it's just in the beginning, just to say it. To say that it is being said, man. But yeah, man, I hope everyone's out there is healthy, taking care of themselves, washing their hands and everything, man. And
that's what this platform is for, man. For you to express yourself, and for anybody to express themselves.
For you too, man. I mean, I that's what I believe. I don't know. Omar believes. I'm pretty sure we're both on the same page in terms of, you know.
That's why I don't disagree. I mean, most of the time when you're saying, you know, what you're saying, I'm like, yeah, because I agree with everything you're saying. You know what I mean? The movement, I believe in all the movement. You know, Black lives do matter. You know what I mean? Like, no doubt, like all this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's nothing. It's no argument.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah.
All right, and we have a guest today. I'm about to get him on right now. The homie El Honcho. Let me see, Honcho.
Yo.
Your audio is off, my guy.
Yo, can you see me?
There you are. Yes, sir, man. Welcome.
What's
We're
up?
already recording. We're already ready to go.
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
And
What's up, Omar?
How's it going? Welcome.
If y'all don't know, man, El Honcho is that dude. He's the one who made my Empty Lot logo and the IA Music logo, as well as just a bunch of dope ass art out there, man. So y'all on IG and everything, make sure you follow him. What up, my guy?
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. What's up, man? How you doing?
We're good. I'm good. I've been better. I've been worse. I'm breathing. I can't complain. I shouldn't complain.
Happy to see you, Mark. Happy to see you. How you doing?
Yeah, you too, man. Happy to see you too. I'm doing well, man.
Honcho.
What's up? Just chilling, man. Just happy to be alive too. Same thing on like what Slum said.
Where you at, man? Are you at a coffee shop?
No, my apartment complex has like these like meeting rooms and shit. So I'm just in one of them.
Nice. I like the backdrop, man. It looks a lot better than my chaos back here.
And my boring shit over here.
That's all good.
I like the brick background, man. I'm gonna have to get a green screen and take a picture of that shit too.
How's that, San Francisco, man?
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of warm outside. I mean, different from the valley, but because it's like 60 degrees, but 60 degrees is warm for us.
No doubt. How's the COVID out there?
It's cool. It's chill. Like, surprisingly, it's kind of like we have it under control. Like,
I think the cities.
I guess people are listening.
Yeah, I think the cities have a better grip on it than certain places. I know San Diego. I think you guys are pretty. Where y'all at on that, Omar?
People are still partying out here, man. They're still going out. You know it is. The bars are still. They're closing down again because people weren't paying attention. They weren't listening to what was going on.
Yeah.
But,
and y'all know the valley's on the map.
Yeah. It's always for something bad.
Right? It's always for something bad, man. Always for something. I want something nice, man. You know.
Yeah, me too.
We had a few good things here and there, man. But, you know, we'll get it where we can, man.
For sure.
No doubt. What's good?
Go, kick it off, Omar. Kick it off.
No, it's all right, man. I'm still over here messing with my audio, man. Get up. Slumz, go for it.
I'll totally talk in circles about anything and everything, man. But we're kind of like in this weird moment right now. I've been seeing you like posting more of like your artwork and everything like that, man. I'm really curious because I talk a lot about how the COVID and how where we're at is affecting us as musicians. How's it affecting you as, you know, designer?
That's a good question. It's kind of like crazy right now. Like I'm luckily, like I'm still employed and stuff as a designer, but a lot of companies are just like, because I work corporate, you know, so it's like I work for a company and then as an in-house designer.
Yeah.
And so like creative is always like one of those the most needed, but also the first to go.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, every day I'm just like, oh shit, like I wonder what's gonna happen. But so far everything's good. Hopefully it stays like that.
How are you pulling what's going on and putting it, like incorporating it into what you're doing right now?
Yeah, with like on my personal stuff, like on like Instagram, that's like more of my personal, you know, style, and that's just like stuff I like to do. So the way I'm trying to incorporate it, it's just basically I'm just trying to listen, man. Like I'm just trying to see what's going on out there, and just like, especially with like the BLM movement and everything going on, like I didn't feel like that was my space. I just wanted to learn more.
Yeah.
But also try to help, you know, like we're artists, so we're like, how do we try to help like this movement and stuff? So I've been trying to do that.
Like,
Yeah.
shit, like what can you do to help? And all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Trying to join in the conversation without taking away from the conversation. Like you never want to be, look at me. You want to be more of a, hey, yo, let's all look at this together. And this is my 2 cents, but literally just 2 cents. Boom, there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I seen, what was that one you had with the defunding? It was like a chopped up
the pig.
a pig.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, the pig.
yeah.
The swine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
So
that,
with
design,
that,
man. You got to put that shit on the shirt. I want it.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully in the future I'm down. I want to make some prints out of that. But with that, you know, I've always been like, Omar, you know me. I've always been like rebel and like anti-police. I mean, the cops are good. You know, there's some good ones out there.
But the fucking bad ones are fucking bad. You know what I mean?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where we're from. You know, when we're talking about it, you know, where we're from, we've been through some shit with them too as well. You know, it's just like they're mad annoying. What can you say? Yeah,
exactly. And it's like small town, right? They're bored, so they're just gonna like try to like pick a fight for anything.
Right, no doubt. Like since the Little Devil days. Remember Little Devil? I was driving, I was like, all right, what am I talking about with the Mark? We're gonna bring up Mark. I'm gonna bring up Little Devil, all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? Because of the notes I had from back then.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Those were good times, man.
The whole what Mark Slumz was talking about, that sure was badass how he chopped it up into different pieces, different like a map of what it was, right?
Yeah, I was trying to do like you know, when you go to an old school butcher shop, they always have like how the different kinds of meats.
Yeah.
Different cuts.
So different cuts. So I was just trying to do that. So I was just trying to put my own twist on things with what's going on and shit.
Yeah. How is it like changing your creativeness, the creative space with all this? Are you getting more creative, like experimenting with, what are you using, Audition, or I use Audition, but using Adobe?
Yeah, I use Adobe, and honestly, man, I kind of like it, man. I'm just like rocking with it, and I'm just like, I have more downtime, so I could just like figure out my own style and just figure out what I'm about and just like run with it.
Experimenting with different effects and shit.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those things that we're all kind of figuring it out, it's not really figuring it out. It's kind of like when you left high school or when you left like your little bubble and it was your first time getting on your 2 feet. Like this shit has forced us to really look internally to be like, look, fuck, do I still love this? Like at least that's what it did to me. Like the COVID shit really made me look at music like, all right, why am I even doing, like it really forced me to like to ask myself like, yo, you ready to sell all this shit or what? Or why do you love this? You know what I mean? And it really put me in that space, man, because like a lot of times, like I associate music with community. Like I associate it with like, you know, always working with Manners, Millie, of course, the whole Empty Lot crew and everything like that, or even doing the podcast with Omar. Now that I didn't have that, it'd been forever since I was in this position. The last time I was in this position was like 06, 07, where it was just me by myself. And looking it back 10 years later, I'm like, damn, yeah, I could still do this by myself. You know, and you and I think in a similar position right now, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I think like, yeah, for sure.
You're kind of usually by yourself though too.
Oh yeah. I'm used to by myself, but like I kind of like collabing with other people and shit. You know what I mean? Like even trying to reach out. You know, like when I reached out to you, I was like, hey man, like I want to like, you know, do the logo, and then with Omar too, like I kind of want to like rebrand like I8 and work on the whole branding on that.
Right. Either like someone's saying, either sell or invest. It's either time to learn either you love it or you hate it. You know what I mean? And that's also for me, it's like a clutch to hold on to, because I want to fucking grow up. You know what I mean? Like this is like my thing that I have. You know what I mean? This is my thing that I create, that I have something to do, something to talk about, and it gives me something to do. You know what I mean? I look at other people, no diss or anything. It's like, what do you guys do when you guys aren't creating? Like, how do you guys go about with it when you're not creating? That's what I'm thinking. You know?
No, yeah, that's a good point too. Like, I feel like how you guys are saying that, right? It's like, give it 100.
No,
like now's the time, like, oh, let's do our passion, because we still have our day jobs, right?
Right.
But it's just like, oh, now I'm just gonna do it 100. And what do I got to lose?
Exactly. What do you have to lose? Like now, what do you have to lose? Put it all in. How's that corporate life, man?
It's chill, man. Like, it's cool. I you know, I've been learning a lot. I've been like a in-house designer for like a few years now.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I've been learning with, you know, from a lot of these cats out here in like the Bay Area. But I think like during COVID, like I think what Slumz was saying, and you too, Omar, is just like, now's the time, like, where I'm realizing like I kind of want to I'm at this fork in the road, and I kind of want to like just do my own thing. Like, I hate working for people, so I kind of want to just like, you know, like take my passion and like what I like to do and just make something out of it.
Yeah. Hey, yo, quick question, man.
What's up, dude?
What'd you think about that Pop Smoke cover?
Which one?
the Pop Smoke cover. The one that Virgil did?
Oh, I didn't even see it. I don't know if I did.
Oh my God, man.
On Instagram?
Google it. Yeah. Just Google Virgil Abloh, or however you let's say his last name, Pop Smoke. Yeah. And I just, you know, this is even better because I'm gonna be able to see your reaction to it, of the head honcho of Louis Vuitton and the greatness that he put together for the late Pop Smoke, and you know how he just really went all in and just.
Pop Smoke is tight, man. I like Pop Smoke.
I do like Pop Smoke.
Yeah, I wanna go outside, bro. Like for real. Like it's like that music that just gets me hyped, dude. Like
it reminds me of MOP and shit, like that old school MOP, like yeah, like yeah, let's go.
When I look him up, like I was like, man, he was young.
Are you looking at?
I think I'm looking at. Is it like a chain link and some diamonds, and then he has space on his eyebrow?
Yeah.
I guess that's the style. I don't know, man. Like, you know, Virgil, a bull, he's like a fucking icon. So,
man, they have completely been roasting this dude nonstop about it.
Oh, really? I could see.
Yeah. You can see all the dude. Honestly, and this is where, like, you know, the conspiracy theorists and shit is like, yo, they did it on purpose so they can get all this great fan art to come out, because the fan art is hard, man. Like, there's some good fucking fan art out there now.
Oh, really? I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Why was it so bad though? Why did you think it was so bad? I thought it was all right.
Because it looked like a knockoff No Limit cover.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like cartoonish.
Yeah, and I'm not shitting on No Limit because that shit's iconic too. But like that was then, you know what I mean? Like it didn't, from the Pop Smoke music that I've heard, and I haven't heard a lot, it just didn't match. It didn't make sense to me. And it looked like something. It looked like if it wasn't for the names that are in it, which is Virgil and Pop Smoke, anyone else would have just been like, "Fuck is this shit?"
Yeah.
It's like the fucking swap meet shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. It's the name. I feel like he probably did this in 20 minutes, and it's just like, here you go. It has his name on it.
Yeah. So I mean, how often? So right now you're in the corporate in the corporate world and stuff like that, but you're in the corporate world doing what you love.
Yeah.
Right. So prior to that, what were you before you joined the corporate world doing what you love?
Oh man, that's like a crazy backstory, long story, but shit. Man, I don't even know. I was always into design, man. Like I just never knew what design was. I don't know if that makes sense, but like, like I just used to like fucking around on the computer and shit, and then, it was until like I moved out to the Bay Area and I actually knew what design was. I was like, oh shit, this is graphic design, you know, like this is how, like, this is your way to get in. It's like, I didn't know any of that, you know, like small town kid, like, and like, we didn't have social media. Like when we were growing up, you know, we barely had like Facebook. And then so like that shit was cracking, but it's not like how Instagram is now, where like knowledge is everywhere.
Yeah.
So like I was working at Target, man. I was just like, just doing random shit, you know, like
Yeah.
getting in trouble and shit. I don't know. Like Omar knows all this.
Yeah, man, that's not that, man. It's good times, dude. But were you studying art over here in San Diego though, for a little bit?
Yes, I went to community college, but it wasn't like I was just doing my what's it called, like the general recs.
Okay.
I wanted to transfer, like, and I wanted to
That's
get
what
out
I
of like,
remember you. What I remember of you is that's when you started hitting it. Like, all right, this is what I want to do. Like
yeah,
you're always like the homie that was designing, creating. But when you got serious about it was when you moved over here. I don't know what year that was, but you were out here and you really got serious about it out here.
yeah. So like, I don't know if it was San Diego or San Francisco or the Bay Area, because
Yeah.
I moved to like Hayward, but it was like I was doing my general recs and I was just taking like random classes and shit. And then
Right.
there was a couple art ones that I took, but it wasn't necessarily like graphic design. It was just like drawing and shit like that. And
Okay.
then it was when I came out here, and then I transferred to like a university, and it was just like this 1 year program, and it was just like super fast, and I learned a lot, and I learned a lot from the people that I was with, like my classmates.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is what design was, even though that was like a shitty ass school and a shitty ass program, but like it was fucking cool, and it was my connections to the networks, and then I just started building from there.
So you were able to you were able to take for lack of a better term, a mediocre class and build off a network and meet people who probably knew more than the teacher, were more passionate than what the teacher had at the time, and just go off of that.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that. I would think like that school was probably not funded well for graphic design, right?
Yeah.
So the teachers were limited, so I'm not trying to bash on them, but like the people for sure knew more, and then they would like teach me, and I would just learn off of them. I'd bug them. I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, how'd you do that? Or why?
The connections that you make with the people, because I think
Yeah.
the teachers are teaching off textbook. You know what I mean? They're just taking a certain limit. But you guys,
Exactly.
the students, you guys are just growing up. And you guys are able to experiment. With like when you guys are at home, like you guys want to learn, and the teacher only limited it to teach you so much. You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's what I
Yeah.
learned. That's what I learned with audio or whatever. When I go to school, is like school is cool, but it's the connections that we make there. Learning is cool, but also bringing it home and then learning yourself. And
Yeah, and
advancing on like that.
yeah, and you're probably like learning more like at the what radio show you at right now?
I was
Not
at
NPR.
iHeart.
So at iHeart, you probably learned a lot more there than at school, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, anything.
Yes.
All this whole podcasting thing I learned not at school. I learned all
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, I studied some audio engineering, but besides that, it's
Yeah.
just all self-learn, as we talked before.
Well, shit, I went to school for business management. I don't manage shit by myself.
But you learn some shit.
Yeah,
I think
that's
about
good,
Slumz, as long as you know about the money, you know how to.
Yeah.
When we talk about the beats that you sell, it's like, oh shit, your shit because that's
But-
all money. You know what I mean?
But I also think because like these elements that we're in right now, we're really stuck on this. It's constantly growing. It's not like how, all right, there's like math, English, history. Like you have years of, that's what you know. This is what you learn. This is what it is. With like graphic design, music, audio engineering, every year, every 2 years, it's like trying to teach someone on PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, knowing that 5 years later, 2 years later, PlayStation 5 is already going to be out.
Right.
So like you can only learn so much. And a few people are going to really dig into it. They're really going to build it up. And there's going to be other people who are like, they're quicker at learning the new shit. So it's like, no, like I know enough of one element, but I know so much of different elements that I'm able to you become more flexible.
With
right?
the new tech,
Yeah,
you mean
for sure.
like new tech, like learning new tech?
Or shit, what we do is new tech.
Right, exactly. And the way I see it is like we're always like the way I see it, I fucking dismantle my shit, then I remantle my shit. So I'm like, shit, if we can do it, the fucking cops can do it too. Practice your guys' shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it's like it's all practice, you know what I mean? Like the teachers train, we train, everyone should train. You know what I mean? Keep training, practice over your craft or
Always
whatever.
learning new shit.
Yeah, you gotta adapt.
Like I did, like I mean, I'm sure with you, Mark, like stuff has changed, right? With the whole being like with drawing and like it's all online, right? It's all digital.
Yeah, so like it's all in a program and everything, but
Yeah.
like I mean trends come and go, it's like music, right? There's trends, that shit comes and goes, but like as long as you stay to the core values, and that's all that matters, man. Like you could like just adapt and you just run with it.
Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, you end up learning your own style and everything like that. You end up
Yeah.
finding your own voice, or like, your own vision for what it would be. But like, I remember, like, we're talking about how they're changing in times. I remember learning a little bit of Photoshop, and when I saw that Pop Smoke shit, the reason why I laughed at it was I'm like, oh, I think I know what he did. I shouldn't know
Oh
what
yeah.
he did. You know what I mean? I look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
this Mark does, and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? Him? What's that other dude from SD? Richie Moon, Nikki Chulo. Like, there's a lot of graphic designers who I get inspired by them because I'm like, man, like, that shit is dope.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I fucking love that shit, man. I love anyone that's doing what brings them life or happiness and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But you also learned, so aside from graphic design, it seemed like you really had to learn more than anything was networking.
Yeah, that's like the hard part. Like, there's just like a lot of things that they don't teach you, right? Like, it was networking. That was the hard part because I'm like a shy kind of person. But then when I got my first like gig, that was at Men's Warehouse. It's not that cool, but like it was just like helping on the rebrand of the whole company and shit.
That's hard as
But learning from everyone there, like everyone had experiences from different companies, right? Like, so it's just like learning from them and what they were taught, and I just like picked up little pieces from everyone. So it's just like I think that's the hardest part, like what to take and like use it, and then what not to take and shit like that.
You find that we were talking about last time I saw you. We talked about finding that brand. It's Men's Warehouse.
Yeah.
Men's Warehouse. What you were at Lyft for a little bit. Are you still at Lyft?
Not anymore. I'm at this new startup called Tubi. Yeah.
Okay, so you're finding that brand is that's important too. Is finding that brand. You know what I mean? Looking for that brand and put on your resume and shit like that, because I think that's very important too for the up and comers who want to do stuff.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, for sure. I think like a brand name on your resume is cool. I like that, but like at the same time, I think you should just like follow your heart, man. Like,
right.
There's some companies that are like not brand names, but they're doing like awesome shit where these brand name companies are copying those not so well-known, well-named brands.
Yeah.
Like what not well-known ones that you can think of?
That I could think of, I'm not too sure to be honest, but like like clothing companies, right? Like Diamond and shit, they probably rip off like little smaller companies or different shit. I don't want to say rip off, that's a bad word, but like just
no, that's exactly
get inspo from other shit. Yeah, so it's like the same idea.
Fashion Nova, I've been seeing that shit. Like, they're always dragging them, or where it's like, oh, this design came out from this, and then next thing you know, they're doing it over here without giving love to the artist or the person who created it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what sucks. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Nordy is.
Yeah, the photographer.
Yeah, the photographer. He's from the Valley too,
right.
And I guess like someone ripped one of his crew's photos, and they're like big on Instagram. They're like supported by like Nikki Diamonds and all that shit. He just ripped off one of the photographer's photo and put it on a tee and started to sell it.
Wow.
So it's like, that's where it's fucked up. Yeah.
What happens then? What happens when someone does that?
I don't even know, man. That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Well, depending on when you posted it, you can argue that it is your intellectual property. You'd have to be able to prove that you thought it before they did. So it luckily now with computers and everything like that, as long as you don't have like cracked programs for the most part, everything's constantly dated. So when you open up Photoshop and you start drawing something, as soon as you hit save, it puts a stamp as day it was created, not modified. So you go to any of your photos or any, like me with audio, you right click it and go get info, and it'll show day created, day modified. So you should be able to prove that you own it through intellectual property. The problem is, in order for you to fight it, you're going to need lawyers. You're going to need money. The lawyer might back you because they know they have a easy case to win, but it's how much are they going to tax you on top of what you're going to get.
Damn.
So I see.
So a lot of times what you'll do is you'll be like, yo, these, and that's why a lot of people now, they take it to social media. They'll air them out on Twitter. They'll air them out on Instagram. Be like, yo, this person stole from me, yada, 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 yada. They get the public support. And what will end up happening more times than not, if I had to guess, is that the company will be like, let's bread them out. Here's fucking 10% of what we made. Be happy with that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, Nordy was out there and the whole riot stuff was going on too, huh? You follow him on Instagram? I
Oh,
follow him
yeah.
on Instagram, and I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? That shit's crazy. I was out there, and
Damn.
yeah, you know,
Yeah, he's out there. Yeah, you should check him out, man. He's like a badass photographer, but like, he's just been out there like documenting the whole movement. Just like he's like in the front lines. I think he got shot at by like a beanbag.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Like he's like up there.
Nah, I'm good. Keep that. I'm not trying to
I was like, if I was younger, I would have been out there. Would you go out? Would you? I mean, protest. I mean, you know what I mean? Did you go out, Mark?
Nah, I'm too scared of COVID to be honest. But like,
Okay.
if COVID wasn't going on, I for sure would.
Yeah, I would have gone. You know what I mean? If I was younger, I mean, I see the kids, and I'm like, yeah, get it. You know? What I
I'm
mean?
glad.
Yeah.
I love the new generation for being as vocal and loud and crazy, and the shit they're doing now, where it's like, yo, you can't hide it no more. That's beautiful, man. Fuck it, be loud.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
And that reflects on the music too. Like you were saying last time, Slumz, like, you know, like the kids, like, I don't know, the music is just louder now. The way I see it, like all the music that I hear, at least the new up and comers, it's all louder and it all reflects, you know what I mean? It all reflects what's going on now, which is fucking dope. And also with the arts too, you know, with the illustrations and all that. So we need that. We need the loudness. We need the platforms to speak like myself. Like I hold back a lot, but because I want to. And I don't know, but we should fucking speak our minds, dude. You know what I mean? Let it all out.
That's true. I agree with you for sure.
Yeah. Fuck
Well,
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you look at art history, man. Anytime there's a big movement, the art changes and shit like that. You know what I mean? Talk about the Black Plague. Fuck. That what came from there? Gothic, right? Like the Gothic art.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, probably Gothic art. The dark times.
You see, I wish I could draw, man. Honestly, music is. I'd much rather be able to draw and shit, man. Like,
Dude, I'd rather do the other way around.
all right, let's trade, man. Let's do a Freaky Friday.
But we need a person like Mark though, right? We need our illustrators because without them, like, you know, we can't draw ourselves. We can't draw. Like, you know, you've worked for what, J57, all kinds of artists. You know what I mean? If you started with them, Transformer, you know, different other cats that you've worked with, and it all benefits, you know, the music. So we need somebody like you. You know what I mean? Because it's hard to focus on what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because I've tried it, and it's hell no.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I still have a hard time doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's fucking hard.
It should be hard, right?
Yeah, it's always challenging.
Yeah.
It's just like engineering.
So what do you think? Like, if you could guess, what kind of what do you think the art a change into in terms of graphic design or in terms of just like general art? Like, what do you think what's going on right now will affect it 2-3 years from now? Like, and you remember early 2000s, we had Shiny Suit. What's coming from this?
I don't know. It's a good question. I think like maybe more people are going to start like putting their voices out there and shit. Maybe more diversity in fucking art, man. Like, I feel like art is very prominent in like white culture, but maybe like just more diversity, man. I want to see more like Mexican art. I want to see more like Black people art. I want to see like from different races, and they all have different points of view. So I just want to see all that. So hopefully this comes from that.
Yeah.
Word up, man. Word up, dude. How's your Tuesday going, man?
Yeah.
What's today? Tuesday or Wednesday?
So, I don't know. I forgot what day it is.
Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah. Today's the first, man. Yo, are y'all gonna celebrate? Shit. Are y'all gonna celebrate July 4th of July at all?
Nah,
I don't think so.
Nah,
right? Fuck that. Fuck that. Nah. Fuck that. I don't even know what I get why they're selling fireworks, because, you know, motherfuckers gotta break bread, but fuck that.
Yeah.
Especially with everything going on. Every day something new.
Like breaking out, right? Like everything, like, you know, as far as like everything is something new every day, dude. It's scary, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, when I talk to you guys, I'm like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? What's gonna go on? You know what I mean?
Got the murder hornets.
Right?
Yeah.
That was 1 week. That shit took 1 week, dude.
Yeah.
And then in Imperial Valley, we got the West Nile virus pop back up.
Oh shit!
And now they're saying swine flu.
Nyland is burning or burned, right?
Yeah, man, that was sad, man.
Right?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit.
shit.
I'm not trying to be like, fucking dark or sad, but it's like hard not
Yeah.
to,
Yeah, that's true.
Doing this shit.
It's hard. It's even hard doing this shit right now, dude. Like, I just want to have like a regular conversation, but I feel like every conversation circulates around,
Something.
yo,
What's going on? Yeah.
yeah, like
That's what's
the minds were off by a few years.
Yeah. I like what you guys are doing though. Like, I think this is dope. Like, you're doing it through Zoom. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, we were lagging.
It's different, man. It is different. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's different. I like it though.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Postal Service, like how they like created their music, but
Yeah, shit, I forgot about that.
they would send like MP3s.
Yeah,
Like little clips to each other and shit.
Yeah, in the mail, and then that's how like one from the West Coast and one from the East Coast or some shit. But
Damn. That's what I've been doing. I've been recording like clips here and there, you know what I mean? Because I want to start something. So I've been jamming now and just fucking recording little clips, and I was gonna just send them to my homie Danny and just see if we can like fucking,
internet, man.
yeah, internet band.
Internet, fuck,
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's different. It's different times, different podcasting. But like I said, I change with the times. If you don't, then you're left behind. You're gonna get left behind.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It's like the radio. The radios are doing the same thing that we're doing. They're just, who knows, man? This whole podcasting thing is still new, which is fucking dope. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks for the logo too, by the way, Mark.
What's up?
Thanks for the logo as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And this one.
Yeah, for sure. I got you guys.
You don't understand how much I love this logo you did, man. And especially because like I had forgotten that you hit me about it.
Yeah.
And I had hit up another homie to like, yo, let's do one real quick. And then some shit happened with his life. So I was literally just on Spark. And I'm like, let me throw one together. So I threw together one. And the next week, yo, Slumz, here it is. And I'm like, well, fuck mine. Because I shared yours to like everyone else. And they're like, yo, this one's dope. When'd you do it? I'm like, I did not. The homie Honcho right here shat on me, and he reminded me as to why I do music and I don't do art.
Yeah, I was happy to do that. That shit was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, man. What else is there anything that you're working on that you're excited to share in the near future or right now?
A couple of things. There's like a couple of projects I can't really talk about right now that I'm working on, but you'll see it though. And then so I'm kind of excited about that. And then just trying to work on my like self, like just do my own personal illustrations. So I got one for like a nonprofit. I'll probably post in a couple of days.
Nice.
So all the stuff that you post like online, like on Instagram and stuff, that's all just free stuff that you're working on?
Yeah, that's like just stuff that I do on my own, so it's just like what I like to do, like, so it's just like, yeah.
The stuff that you're influenced by?
Yeah. Okay. That's why it takes longer, because I get burnt out at work. I'm like, I don't want to design, because I just did that earlier, but trying to get better at it.
So you're doing what you love?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting paid for what you're doing and shit, what you love and stuff. So you're doing at work and you do it at home. That's the goal.
Yeah, but it's like someone else's opinion, like.
Yeah, no doubt. But you're still creating though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still creating at work, and that's where I was, focused on. I feel like you should do that. I don't know what you think, Slumz.
Fuck yeah, dude. But I mean, I do get what he's talking about. Sometimes it takes away the love out of it, even though you never want to admit that, because it's like, well, no, because you hear it in your head, like you're doing what you love. You're doing what you love. Like, this is what you signed up for. This is what the job is. But what you really want to do is say, fuck all y'all. I'm going to do everything that I want to do, and I'm going to get paid so that I never have to listen to y'all. That's what you really love. But I'm going to do what I like and get paid for it, so I can do what I love after I finish doing what I like for y'all motherfuckers.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could get burnt out. You could get burnt out at a fucking place.
And that's the last thing you want to do, is get burnt out at doing something you love.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's cool, like, it's just sometimes it's like a shitload of cooks in the kitchen. So it's just like, someone will tell you, oh, no, that's not good. This is good. And it's like, well, how do you know that's good?
Yeah.
Or not good, right? Like, but years of experience, I guess. But.
Yeah, that's true. Or there's someone who's probably feeling like they're being left out, their voice isn't being heard, so they're just saying no to everything so that they can feel like they're special, or like, You see, I'm not a yes man. It's like, look, man, this
Oh
shit's
yeah,
hard. This shit's hard. Be a yes man because this shit's dumb hard. You're just a fucking, and that's the one and the only time I say that motherfucker's being a hater.
yeah. For sure, yeah. I just feel like sometimes they don't understand how hard it is. So it's just like, oh, can you do this and do it by tomorrow? It's like, what?
You got deadlines and shit?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
You
Like
give deadlines?
yeah,
That's
like week turnarounds and stuff.
Damn. So you gotta like build like a portfolio and then like, here, I brought this and stuff like that. This is what I got for you guys.
It just depends on the project, you know. So it's like small things like email campaigns.
Mhm.
It's like create some like at Lit, for example, create some illustrations and create an email template, and then that might take a little bit less time. But then other things, like I was working on a couple projects where it's like booth designs for conferences, and that shit took that's like 6 months work, but they crammed it into 1 month. So it's just like, let's do it, bang it out. And it's like, oh shit.
because you're doing the booth for different companies, or is it just
Or
one?
just one, just Lyft. But like, it's like designing everything, working with the people, like how the booth looks, how does the carpet look, even though I have no idea how to do that, but like, because I'm just doing the graphics, but it's just like, oh, just do all of this too.
It has to match with the carpet, and
Yeah, it's crazy.
make sure that it's the right color correction is going, nothing's getting flooded, things like that.
Yeah, and then working with like motion designers where like the booth wall will be interactive and stuff like that. Concepting, like all that shit takes time.
So it's like concept design, like the set? Like
Yeah,
designing
it's just
set?
concepting the whole set. Yeah, basically, and the whole experience. And that's like, that shit takes time, you know? So it's like, cram that into 1 week.
Yeah.
And then you start executing on the ideas.
As a graphic designer, how important is color as far as like, you know, shading and stuff like that? Because I've been looking into that, and they say, I've been like, all right, as an example, in movies, they're saying only use 2 colors. I'm like, why? What do you think?
I think color is super important. Like, I think you should use however much you want. Like, there's rules, but like, I think it's just as important as like, I don't know, your sound quality when you're making music, right? Like, like I think that they go hand in hand.
Yeah, well, my like always like thing is know the rules so you know how to break them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so if they say use 2 colors, then find out why they need to use 2 colors, and then if there's some place, because the reason why I would say 2 colors is because direct contrast, it's easier to read. But I mean, if you can play it better and do it some other way where it's like, oh, this is, as long as you know the rules, you're gonna know how to break them and when to break them.
Yeah, exactly. There's like this whole science to it, like why, like on your shirt, there's blue and green, right? Like why all those characters are like that.
Rugrats, baby.
Like Rugrats, yeah, hell yeah.
Fucking Reptar. I swear, dude, I'm way too old to be dressing like a toddler, but fuck y'all.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I hear you, dude. That's why I asked. I asked that because I was like, okay, is that, you know, important? You know what I mean? But also, I see the style that you're going to. You brought up Richie Moon, I believe that's the name. That's Eddie Zuko's designer, right? Or whatever he does. Like that style is like, and what type of style is that? Like it's.
I want to say that's modern right now. Right now, that's like, yeah, contemporary. Right now, that's like really popular right now. That's a popular style.
It is.
It's weird. I feel like Hispanic modern. Like, I don't know. I associate it with like Mark, like the way Mark, like, you know, it's very just in your face, but it's, I don't know. It feels like us.
Right. Cartoonish.
Yeah.
It's very
cartoonish,
cartoonish.
yeah.
I like it though. I like the cartoonish side of it. Like it's like, oh, it's like it's. What am I trying to say? Like pale, not pale. Like it's hard to explain. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a weird. I don't know. I like it. I like it because I like it. You know what I mean?
That's all that matters.
But yeah, for illustration, there's a bunch of different styles. So like that's the most popular one right now.
Pop art. Isn't that what they call pop art?
Pop art. There you go. I was looking
pop
like,
art,
I was looking for that word, like popish. It looks like it's popping out.
Yeah. For sure, influenced by pop art, but like influenced by like other people, you know, like Barry McGee, just famous artists like that.
Got you.
So
Shepard Fairey too.
Yeah, you got your influencers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like for me at least, like Barry McGee, Shepard Fairey's always been like my top influence, like artists, and then there's just a couple other ones, but.
All right.
How about the city? How does it affect you? Like, is it like, does it give you more of a, like, more? Do you want to create more when you're out there, or more in the valley? Because I see you focus more on the valley. Like, do you miss the valley? Obviously, but Like the
Yeah, I miss El Centro. I think I miss the idea of El Centro, but
yeah.
The Valley for sure is cool. I would like to go back one day, but the city for me, it's like where it's at. Like I'm always inspired. I just go outside, go to the store, right, and like I'm already seeing posters or graffiti plastered everywhere. So like it's like inspiration everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I said. The way I put it is like when I'm in the valley, like the music sounds and the art, like I get tired of it. But when I'm outside the valley, I look back into the valley. I'm like, I like the valley. You know what I mean? Looking on the outside in, like you miss it, which is weird. You know what I mean? But when you're in there, it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
trip. But when you're out there, it's like, oh, when you're out here, it's like, man, I get influenced to create about home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Podcast shit, which is weird. You know what I mean? That's why I ask, how is it out there in SF? You know, for the kids that want to move or the people that want to move out there, you know, if they're listening to this.
Yeah, like I would say for sure do it, but like always hold like I'm always influenced by the Valley, and I'll always hold that to me, and I always have that Valley mentality, like whether that's in a meeting or somewhere, but even in my art. But for sure, like that's something I'm always gonna carry, and then like I would say do that, right? Like carry that mentality. But
so
like,
what would you consider the Valley mentality?
I don't know, man. Like I would say like, oh, shit, like for me, like that mentality is probably like doing with what you have and making something out of it, right? Like you might not have like all the equipment, but you're gonna do something out of that, and then you're gonna like try your best for sure.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
Yeah, my Valley mentality is I don't belong here, but I'm gonna walk out with all y'all knowing my name.
Well, you're not from the Valley?
No, I am. But anytime like I'll go like studio sessions or anything where I'm outside of the Valley, I always you get that imposter syndrome, or at least I do, where it's like I don't really belong here. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
I'll start talking to people, and then as soon as we really start nerding out, I'm like, oh, I either know more or just as much as you. And I never went to school for this. Like I'm self-taught in every way of the like any way you can talk about it. And it's like, oh yeah, but that's the Valley mentality. It's like, yeah, like fuck it. We're gonna, like how you said, we're gonna make it work. Because if we want something, we're gonna get that shit.
Yeah, like go-getter mentality. There you go. Like,
yeah, real hustler shit.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think that's the best example you just gave.
Yeah, you can tell one from the Valley. You can tell when you walk into those corporate rooms, you walk into those meetings, or you walk anywhere. You can tell we're from the Valley. What?
Yeah, and most of us have dreams, right? Like we have like big ass dreams, so we're just like trying to chase after them, and then
So what are you looking towards, like possibly being the next step?
Like for me, as like a illustrator designer, just keep growing my Instagram, man. Like I think this year I kind of want to focus on that and just see where that goes. Like why not just try it and then
branding?
Yeah, and then just go from there.
Social media is still important, you guys? You think? Like, how important social media is still right now? Do you think it got more important or less important?
I think it's more important for sure.
What do you think?
I think it is, but I do think this has kind of forced us to look at social media through a different lens. Before we really saw social media as like the window to people's lives, this really showed us like how many people are faking the funk, how many people are being real about it. Like it really, dude, I know so many people who are taking breaks from social media right now. Like they're like, I can't fucking do it. They delete everything they have, and it's just like I just can't do it right now. Like, which I think is good. Anything that forces you to join the real world for a day, a week, a month, I'm fucking for.
I mean, let's get real about it. I mean, because like the people who are selling their art at the art walks, they can't do that right now. So I mean, the best bet is put that shit online. You know what I mean? Get yourself a fucking website and sell it online, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, to be real about it, I mean, because that's the way because there's a lot of people who stop posting their art because they would go to art walks, and now you don't hear anything from them because, I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. How important is social media right now?
Hell.
I would say it's important. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I think it breaks out of your bubble.
Yeah, break out of your bubble. Exactly. I think so. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I saw this fool's awesome swine defunding shit, so.
It's a way to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bro, you need to put that shit on the shirt. I swear to you, man. I will buy it ASAP.
Yeah, for sure. I just gotta look for someone to do it. Yeah.
Shit.
Are you selling anything right now or no? No prints or anything like that, or you just for yourself?
I haven't really ventured that route, man. I have a couple prints that I tried, like I did a Tupac series,
Mhm.
but
Oh.
I need to be more better at like promoting that year, right? Because no one knows that I have it up on my website. So I
do.
just need to. Oh, see, yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to do that.
What's that?
Just there's that year, man. There's a year
Yeah,
you're gonna
exactly.
start pushing it out, man. I'm excited. I want to see it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you released something too, Slumz, right? Would you rock?
Oh yeah, we did the Payday series. Dropped Free Me, PD Blink, Potential, and Arc Styles. Every first and 15th. Every first and 15th we're dropping. And then on the 15th, I got one with G and Money Boy. 2001 Chronicles.
Nice. What's this raffle thing you got going on too?
Oh, I'm gonna be in LA July 17th, and if you guys want to join me in LA to kick it and work on a session for 2 hours, I got a 2 hour. I booked the whole block, but I'm giving away 2 hours. All you have to do is go to TonySlumz.com and buy a beat, and you're in the raffle. We're gonna be at the Neighborhood Watch, the Weddington, which is they're brand new, they're renovating and everything. And Hancho, I'm gonna link you up to them because they're always looking for like new designs and shit too, man.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be cool.
And, you know, they're Mexican brethren as well too, so I always support
Nice.
that shit as well. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna be there. If y'all want to join me for a session, it's gonna be 2 hours in LA. I'm gonna do a raffle on the 12th.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you
So-
promoting that too. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope right there too. Saw these
That's
connections.
cool.
Yeah.
I hate doing promo, man. Honestly, I feel corny as shit doing it.
It's hard.
It is, man. I just feel like a spammer, but it's like I know I need to do it, you know.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it, no one else is gonna do it, and then I can't blame people for yo, you didn't play my shit, and it's like I shared it once, no fucking shit. That was the one day, like I was at the carne asada, I was too busy drinking, I wasn't on social media, I missed it. So whose fault is that? My fault. So got a promo.
Yeah, man.
Promo, Mark. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. I'll start doing that.
Start annoying. I want to see you all the fucking time, Hancho. Every time. I want to be like this motherfucker again with another one. Yes, do that shit. Annoy everybody, man.
How do you find the balance though? Like, not too annoying, but then
Go
active.
to it's better to with me is I try not to tag a lot of people because it's like I can't force you on my promo shit. I have like 4 or 5 people that I usually give them a heads up, like, yo, I'm gonna link you on this shit so I can kind of grab from your shit. But in terms of posting stories or posting posts, I don't give a fuck. Because there's not so much you can really overdo. Well, what the problem is when you start grabbing at people, like you start tagging 20 people over and over and over again on every beat that I drop. And these people are like, bro, why are you tagging me on your shit? Like, I don't even rap. Which people do that shit to me where they'll tag me on shit. And I'm like, why are you tagging me on this shit, man? It's like, there should be a reason for it. Like why you're going to grab someone and force them to be part of your conversation. Because for that post, anytime someone comments on it, they're going to get a notification. So you're forcing your notifications on them. So that's the only real is don't bug people. But like in terms of post and story, fucking release them nonstop. You know what I mean? Use a hashtag, make your own hashtag, El Hancho graphics or, what have you. Something that like people who may not be following you directly, they can follow the hashtag, you know what I mean? Or they can share that. And it's one of those things, but I would err in overdoing it than underdoing it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because you already know what happens when you underdo it. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like what happens?
No action.
Nothing. Yeah, no action.
Nothing. You post one post that some people shared and it gets a good little boost, a little endorphin rush where you're like, people like me, and then the next one it goes down to shit. So it's like, man, fuck it. If you overdo it, the highs and lows will be closer together, and you'll get over it. It's not the real you either way, man. It's just
Yeah, it's because it's different with you guys with the arts at least. The music, us like us and audio, we just leave it. We promote it and we leave it. What happens happens. If it gets played, it gets played. If it doesn't get played, it doesn't get played. We'll see the numbers. Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're still embarrassed to post shit though, or not embarrassed? Shy? Not embarrassed. Shy?
I'm not shy to post. It's just like me to put, come and buy my posters. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, I don't want to force that onto people. You know, if you just want to somehow find the link, then go for it.
Yeah, I would just put link in bio,
Right.
or just I would have like DM me for prices. If and it's more of a, it's not buy my poster. It's just if you want to buy my poster, you can reach out to me. Everyone knows how to use DM. Everyone knows how to use email. People know how to comment. Like all you have to do is show it. If you put it out there enough and enough people grab it, your biggest issue might be someone's going to steal your design and put it on a shirt, and you're going to have to sue them motherfucking ass.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is a good problem. That means your shit is marketable, and that's a good reason to be like, all right, I'm going to throw my own shirts. I mean, make a Shopify, and let me take my own money back.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And then Fashion Nova will make some bikinis with your design on the titties.
Hey, do you see any profits from anything that you made before, or not really?
What do you mean?
Like all the stuff that you made before, like for the album and stuff like that. Do you like see any backing from anything? No, right? Because it's not as big.
No, like all the albums they did for like J57. I never saw anything. I don't even know if they sold them. For me, it was just like the experience, right? And then
no doubt.
But I don't know, man. Like they were messing around with like cats that were like big names now, but like back then I guess they weren't. But like I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know if they ever sold those albums or anything. I think they were just promoting.
Right, because they're trying to come up too.
Yeah.
And we were. Still are.
Well, I think with artwork, it's kind of like being an engineer. You get the upfront fee, but not really like anything.
Royalty.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I think it's always upfront.
Yeah.
I see.
Unless of course you do like some fucking Arby's shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Better give me royalties.
Yeah.
Like the Nike logo designer. I don't know if you guys ever heard that story.
Nah.
Break it down.
So Nike, they were looking for a logo back in the 70s, and they went to this art school in Seattle. I think it was Seattle, and then they asked this girl to just design a logo, and she did it, and then they just ran with it. Right? They never paid her. They never did anything. And then years later, I think she like actually said something, and then they like came to like some agreement where they gave her like stocks, they cashed her out, but like it's just crazy. Like they just kind of ripped that off,
Wow.
There's good in getting fucked sometimes if you get lucky. You know what I mean? Like it's like, damn, they screwed me, but just wait.
Yeah. She read it at the right moment, right? So it's like she cashed out.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
So you think she's better off?
Oh yeah, for sure with those stocks, and then I don't know how much they gave her. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What would be your dream design, like your dream job to like work on right now? Like
what's up? Go on.
Yeah, like let's say someone just faceless figure came in and said, "What do you want to do? Let's go right now."
It's a hard one, man. If it was a person, for sure, an artist. Anderson .Paak, I think that'd be awesome.
Yes.
If it was an artist or like even a band, right? Like Blink-182, shit, that'd be my dream right there. A mural, I think a mural would be dope too. Like just anyone, like a local business or some shit, or like a big company, but a mural would be sick to design.
Dope.
Would you like paint the mural yourself or?
Yeah, there's ways to do it where you could do stencils and shit and print out stencils and then like paint over that, but
Okay.
I don't know, man. Like that's a hard question. Like I never really thought about that.
Shit, man. Yeah, I would love to see you do a Anderson .Paak design.
Oh hell yeah.
That shit would be fucking hard, dude. Just do it. Fuck it. Do it for his latest album.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. Just yeah.
And just sell it to him, like, yo, what up, man?
Yeah.
Like you hear all these lottery fucking stories, man. People does a design, gets it to the person, and then, boom, what up? I want to buy it.
Yeah, that's where I think like networking for sure comes in handy. Like they'll bring up your name in the room, and it's just like, oh yeah, I got someone.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always exciting, man. It's always exciting to see what you're doing, man. All the stuff I've seen you do throughout the years. I'm like, man, this was still working. He's still at it. It's amazing that you haven't stopped, which is fucking dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thanks, man.
I give you that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to like figure it out, but like.
Yeah. What's the next move?
Oh wait. Oh, I don't even know, man. That's like I think right now I'm just chilling, but I'll figure that out.
Because
like,
everything.
To go back on Slumz question, sorry, dude. To go back on Slumz question, I think a skateboarding company. I do want to design some decks. So
Yo,
that's for sure what I want to do.
that'd be fucking dope, man.
Yeah.
You have in the past, though, right? Haven't you? A few?
Yeah, but like actual skate
Major?
company.
Major? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I hear what you're saying. Like a zero.
That shit always,
Yeah,
that shit-
exactly. Zero.
yeah, man. That shit always crazy, man. Doing some shit like that, and then you got to make the shoes to match.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's got to do a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Hell yeah.
That's a whole
Get
different.
that Nike club.
Yeah.
Hey, see, this is the one time where my business fucking degree comes into play and shit.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You guys check out that beef with what's the name? Fucking Freddie Gibbs and
Oh,
yeah,
yo,
that beef.
Gives in academics.
Yeah.
Shit's
That show's
hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it was funny.
He is airing them out right now, dude. They're basically feeding Freddie Gibbs memes of academics, and
Yeah.
he's sharing them and just doubling down. He called them a Teletubby, which made me spit up. Like I'm like,
I was like, the only thing that's going on in music right now. I was like, who else has dropped? You know what I mean? I was like, all right, that was dope. That yesterday happened. I was like, the fact that they're fighting, I'm like, hell yeah, something to watch. You know, besides the podcast that I'm watching, I'm like, this is dope. You know what I mean?
yeah.
What you been doing, Mark? Besides not drawing?
Just staying inside, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you listening to?
I'm actually going back like old school, dude. Like I've been trying to like going through this little phase with like emo phase and then like pop punk and shit. So it's just like I've been listening to a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then I recently got into Mac Miller, dude. Like
Oh,
I never like listened to him, and I was always like, nah, I don't want to listen to that style of hip hop.
Mhm.
But somehow I just got into it, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's talented. Like
Yep.
this is really good.
What are you listening to right now of his?
I really like the song called 100 Grandkids, and then there's
Oh.
the new
Good.
album, right? Like Self Care, Circles. I think those are
Circle.
good.
Yeah, that's my shit, man. Omar didn't like it.
Nah,
like it?
man. Nah, I don't like the whole circle. I like the NPR performance. That shit was dope.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
I
Yeah.
didn't watch that. I like Kids. I like the one after Kids. You know what I mean? But besides that, I stopped right there.
Yeah, nah, man.
Yeah,
His-
making movies, like making movies. That was dope.
His evolution is dope.
Yeah.
The way he's evolved is dope. But it is one of those things when an artist evolves, shit falls off. Like
Yeah.
some people just aren't ready. Just some people just don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
It like Kanye with me. Like last Kanye shit that I liked was probably Life of Pablo, and that was hard to like. Like I was like fuck, but I like Wolves.
Those
That's
is good. Actually, I have a music question, man. Like, so as an artist, how do you like you're progressing, but how you stay true, but also like grow, if that makes sense? Because there's some hip hop artists where they switch up their styles, and I'm just like, oh man, like I didn't like this album or something like that.
You never want to abandon what made you want to do it in the first place. You know what I mean? Like it's one thing is to experiment, but you also like experimenting is like you kind of have to know why you're doing it and what you're doing it. If you're doing it just because everyone else is doing it, it's never going to be right. But if you're doing it because you're feeling like, all right, I'm evolving to this sound. I'm growing into this sound. Like I never touched trap for the longest because I didn't understand the language. And like, you know, like when you look at different artists or even in art, there's different languages. Like, oh, that person does that really well, and I would love to do that, but I don't have the patience to learn the rules on how to do it right. So trap was one of those where I never really wanted to learn it. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the language of it. And then I started really like digging into T.I., digging into just Migos the beats, like taking away their vocals. I was just listening to real vocals, and it forced me to hear how I could evolve into it. So I add boom bap drums, but I still touch a lot of trap sounds and shit like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's just always going back to this is what I love. This is what I love doing it. And for the beats that I do that are there's like 20 different ones that are just garbage that I deleted that I'm like, no one ever needs to hear these because it's a slow progression. You know what I mean? They're my sketches. So it's just that, and not getting allowing it to grow. being patient with yourself as long. Like you always have to be like sometimes I don't think we're patient enough with ourselves to be like, oh, like, because you know your skill, you know how good you are, that sometimes it gets frustrating that I don't know, like, why am I not doing this the way I know I can do it? And why is it that when I'm completed with it, I'm still not happy with it? Like, even though someone can walk in next to you and be like, oh, that's just dope. You got off. But it's like, no, it's still, because you still don't see yourself in it. You still don't hear yourself in it. So like, if you try a different art form and you don't fully believe yourself doing it, then you're never really going to love it.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point. I feel like that's one thing I always struggle with. Like, I'm always like, once I'm done with something, I'm like, oh shit, I fucking hate it. Because
you learned something new by the time you ended it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the new thing you learned, you want to go back to the beginning and be like, I could redo it better. But it's like, nah, that was you in that moment, and that's okay. And that moment,
for sure.
That moment's over. So it's time for a new moment.
Yeah, that's true.
The wisdom, man. I come on here every week or when I do this podcast just to hear Tony Slumz talk, man. Like I'm like,
sometimes I feel like I talk way too fucking much, man. You understand?
That's good, man.
Yeah, no, but you speak that shit, like you speak that mentor shit. I always told you before, like you speak that shit that we need to hear. Like, oh shit, like maybe somebody needs to hear this. Like just like he asked, what was the question that he asked, and like I'm listening, like fuck, I gotta do some different shit on my own end. You know what I mean? Like because the shit that you talk, I mean, because it makes sense. Like,
thank you, man.
It doesn't. Don't lose love for your passion. Basically, don't you're gonna hate it because it's yours.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna hate it no matter because it's yours, but don't lose hold of it. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
That, and I learned a lot of this, like the connection between art and music through Manners, because he's dope. Yeah, he's a painter and an artist. So me and him will nerd out with each other, and we've had discussions about this. Like, like damn, like I remember he took a whole last like year break from music to just focus on painting, and I'm like, I lost my friend.
You gotta take breaks, though, man. It's good to take breaks. I mean, I feel like I have to take breaks. I take breaks all the times, man, because you just have to. Because if not, then it gets saturated. It gets annoying, and it gets boring. It's like, no, I don't want people to get bored of what we're doing. You know what I mean? What I'm doing. You know what I mean? So here's something new. You know what I mean? Like this podcast stuff goes back to me because we're doing this podcast bullshit. It's like, here's something new. We're doing the Zoom. If you guys like it, you guys like it. I like it. I still personally like it. I'm still having fun. Even though I'm not talking, I'm listening to Slumz because it's a honcho's a new guest to Slumz. I know Mark. I can get detailed of our lives and stuff like that, but this is all business. This is all like
Yeah. Hey, you can ask questions. It's all good.
Yeah. No, but like I said, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing, Mark. So I needed to have you on here because it's all going what you've been doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me here, man. Like this is awesome. I always listen to this podcast when you guys were putting it out on the regular. So it's like I'd be at work. I'd be like, hell yeah, and then I'll just start listening.
I know we're trying to get back into the rhythm of it again, but it's the same thing. Like we were talking about our last podcast, like when you're at home and you're connecting, it's so easy to reschedule sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I stubbed my toe this morning. I can't do it today.
I'm still waiting for that tour you guys are going to do.
Yeah, we'll see we'll do the Corona tour.
I know, man. Once this is over. The logo, Mark. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
How we doing on time? What we time at? Yeah?
I'm good, man. I'm happy.
Hell yeah, me too.
Mark?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
What's the weather right now in SF? Hold on, one more question. Sorry, man.
It's like 60 degrees, man.
Fuck you.
It's hot for us.
My God.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys too.
Let me see what it is. It's 97 over here, man. It's about to hit 105 tomorrow. 112 this weekend. I will be inside quarantining, not because of the Rona, but because the sun hates us over here. God damn it.
Hell yeah.
Yo, be safe, man. I love y'all.
Yeah, you guys too. All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah.